One. What's going on, everybody? It's Matt, aka the Lumberjack Landlord, here with Mike Zober from One Rental at a Time. Michael, we are here for segment 3, and this is one's going to be action-packed because I've got an itch we got to scratch. So,
oh no, we got a vent coming.
We got a vent coming. It's coming. I'm putting everybody on notice. Talk to me about your last experience with an appraiser on one of your properties, refi preferably.
So yeah, I've done some refinances here recently. I did a cash out refi on a property. I'll do my office building.
Yeah.
So I have an office building. It's called the Hub in Fresno. It's got all these awesome real estate folks there. I did own it free and clear on purpose. I decided that I wanted to raise some capital. Let's just use some round numbers. I think this particular building, heart of Fresno, cute area, Tower District. I think it's worth $350 all day long if I had to sell it. I bought it for significantly less than that and spent some money fixing it up. So I had an appraiser go in and let's just say he thought it was worth a lot less. I mean, a lot less.
Yeah.
So again, I think I could sell it for $350. He came back, I think it was $200 or $210.
Oh,
We're talking like 40 points.
Yeah.
Lower.
Yeah.
And yeah, that was my last, that was the result of that. So I'll see what you have to ask.
So
next.
yeah. So what was your next step after you got the appraisal from your bank?
Yeah. So I called up the appraiser and had a discussion because I'm like, do you not understand that, I bought the building, let's say 150, spent over 100 grand repairing it, making it nice. And it's all leased, right? It's not like it's an empty office. It's actually an office building that's producing income. And his answer back is it's an odd building. There's nothing else like it. I'm like, no shit, there's nothing else like it. It's why it makes it special, not why it makes it worth nothing, you moron. I mean, it's got deep parking in the back. It's got frontage on the main street. I mean, yeah, he basically penalized it for being unique and completely remodeled.
Yeah, I hate things that are one of a kind.
Yeah, I hate one of a kind, unique, fully leased properties.
Yeah. Fabergé eggs with return on capital are horrible.
And it's an office building. So this isn't no $400 drive-by appraisal. This is a $2,500 or $2,900 appraisal.
Yes.
Right. So again, so I get this. The bank's like, Michael, we agree with you, it's wrong, but do you want to pay for another one? It's like, not really. So, the good news is I happen to be in a situation where the money wasn't important. I do feel slighted. So I moved forward. I did the deal. It didn't feel good. If I was doing a BRRR project,
right,
I'd have been fucked.
Crushed.
I mean, I would crushed. Sorry, I owe $1. But yeah, I would have at those numbers, I probably wouldn't have got my purchase price back. I mean, he was so far under.
Right.
This is why BRRR projects are terrible, because you're relying on an appraiser who could have a bad day, who could say one of a kind, unique properties fully leased are worth half what they're worth. I mean, I could sell the property today in this market for $350.
Yeah.
It's a refi cash out. So they are going to be more conservative all the time.
Sure.
But 40 points more conservative? Really? That hurt.
Yeah, I can imagine. So real quickly, a couple of points that I want to make sure that we cover, because a lot of people aren't familiar with commercial appraisals. Commercial appraisals are usually not 30 or 40 page documents or 50 page documents. They're usually 180 page documents. Because they're so much bigger, there's allegedly so much more work that goes into creating the appropriate comps. Clearly, that didn't happen in Michael's case.
Yeah, clearly it's a one-of-a-kind property that there's nothing else like it, and thus it's bad.
So when we have an appraisal go sideways, it's not $600 or $700. In his case, it was $2,500. In my case, it was $4,300.
Oh.
So the bank will give you two choices. One, move forward. Two, get it redone again, and not at the bank's expense, but at your expense again. So you can roll the dice. And this isn't just well, yeah, we'll put it in queue and we'll get one back out to you in 2 weeks. It starts the process all over again. It's probably 6 weeks. What is your rate lock? Do you have a rate lock? It probably expires in that time, and you're paying points. So when the move is as great as it is in the market as it has been the last 6 weeks, kind of your option is to take it.
That's exactly what I did. If I would have got another appraisal, I would have lost my sub 4% rate.
Yep.
And again, I'm lucky enough to be in a position where the extra 50 grand's not going to make a difference. But I was way pissed off.
Yeah,
Way
I get it.
pissed off.
So the story that I have, the itch that we have to scratch is 6-unit off market. I see the number. I'm like, holy cow, that number is ridiculous. It was only $600,000 for a 6-unit in a very desirable town with a water view.
Oh, wow.
Water view. Not, you can't touch the water from there, but you've got a beautiful view of a beautiful landscape and river and lily pads. I mean, it's beautiful. And so, and it's this part of this town is very exclusive. There are less than 100 buildings in this part of the town. Very, very tough to get to. Walking distance to a big, huge river that splits the state. All sorts of cool artist stuff. Like it's a kayaking, fishing, you name it. It's awesome. So 600,000 is an absolute steal for this property. So I'm super excited. I'm like, you know, when you've got one of those deals where it's just like, it's almost too good to be true. And so that's kind of like the deal that turns us back into rookies. Do you have it yet? Do you have it yet? Do you have it yet? Hey, do you have it yet? Hey, do you have it yet? Do you have it yet? Oh, do you have it yet? Like you're texting, you're calling, you're emailing, trying to get a hold of your broker. Do we have it yet? It turns you into a rookie, turns you into a first-time groom again. You know, just everything is sunshine and roses. And you're just like, I just got to win this deal. So we get it under contract, except this seller is a real pain in my you-know-what, because every single time we send them anything, they take 5 days to respond to us. I don't know why. I don't know what they're doing that for, but I promise whoever you are, and I'll expose who you are after this video, like after we've closed, you're not that busy. There's no way. There's no way you're that busy where it takes 5 days to get a response on a property you're trying to sell for $600,000. So we go through the process, we get the appraisal, we go through the whole 9 yards. The appraisal company says, we don't want to go inside the units. We want to do a drive-by for a $4,500 appraisal.
Wow.
Yep.
Okay.
Worse, my bank says, okay.
Oh, shit. Oh, no. This is not going to be good.
All right. Sounds good. And so my broker gets the call from the appraiser saying, hey, so we're just going to do a drive-by probably tomorrow, just letting you know. And we'll be asking you to go get all of our pictures and then just send us the pictures.
For $4,300.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. That's good business, I guess.
Yeah, sign me up.
I guess.
I'd be more than happy to drive by some properties and have somebody else go take all the pictures. Yeah. Be more than happy to. So this happens. They do the drive-by. Then the appraiser has a couple questions for me. I hear his name and I know it's familiar. And I'm like, that name sounds familiar. So I'm checking while I'm on the phone with him. He almost torpedoed another one of my deals 6 months ago. And I'm like, here we go. So he asks me and he goes, it's going to be pretty tough to get to 600. I was like, I'd pay 8.
Yeah. What are you talking about? 6. Yeah.
And he goes, you'd pay 8 for that? I go, yeah, I would. I said, what do you see? So I'm being as gentle as a lumberjack can be. I can't get any more gentle than this.
Yeah.
What do you see as the 3 main drivers to that region and to that area, where that house is located? What do you see as the 3 drivers for that area? And his answer was, I mean, I don't really know that there are any. Oh, interesting. That's interesting. Apparently this appraiser knows nothing about the town that he's actually appraising. I said, I forget. I said, where are you out of? Boston. Boston might as well be China. It's a little over an hour away, but our markets could not be more different. In this town, there are 0 single family or 0 condos over $1 million, over $500,000.
Wow.
In Boston, there's building after building after building after building of them, and commercial stuff up the yin yang. So I say all that to say this. I wasn't trying to put them on the spot. I did have to ask them the question. He couldn't answer the question. And so I am now waiting for this appraisal to come in. He might hit 6, he might not. I've already lodged a complaint with the bank saying we cannot be charging me $4,300 or $4,500 for an appraisal and then sending somebody that isn't from the area, doesn't know the 3 drivers for the area, because Michael, here's the area that he doesn't know anything about. This town actually has rights to send their kids to the best regional high school in the entire tri-state area.
Wow.
That's one driver.
Yeah, I'd say so. Yep.
Right. Second driver is it puts them 10 minutes away from the naval shipyard that works on nuclear subs, where the average income is extremely, extremely good. Number 2. Number 3, it puts you in New Hampshire, which has no income tax, but you're 10 minutes away from being able to go to Maine, New Hampshire, or Massachusetts, all via the interstate turnpike.
Wow.
So those are my 3 drivers why I buy in this town.
Yeah.
But maybe I just don't know what I'm doing, and the appraiser knows far better.
Well, it's not Boston.
Right.
That's all we know is it's not Boston.
Exactly. And so when I had that conversation with him, he said, yeah, I just don't think that's going to make that much of a difference. And I said, so when people are buying a home, if they have kids and these are larger units, they are looking for a great school system. Check. If they work and it's not at the local Walmart, they have any sort of a commuting job, they want to be close to a highway. This is 5 minutes from a highway and 10 minutes from the interstate. 2. And then 3, people that don't pay income tax legally, state income tax. People that don't pay state income tax have $5,000 to $7,000 per $100,000 more money than if they don't.
Exactly.
So we will see how this all turns out. I wasn't meaning to do a cliffhanger for anybody, but we will see how this turns out, because allegedly I will be getting that report next week. And so,
well, it's actually interesting because I know where you're coming from, but it actually might help you. And again, I don't know the situation at all, but let's say it came in at 570. I know what I would do first. Besides getting all pissed off, I'd be going back to the seller going, dude, shit, you got me.
Yeah.
Got to do 570. The bank won't. I mean, that's how I'd play that, but yeah,
don't disagree. But I think that everyone here at the table knows they took my deal because I was clean, I was fast. And because the number was, they were like, listen, we're not talking below 600. And I was like, sounds good. Then we have a right price, 600.
Yeah, we'll see.
Because I wasn't going to beat him up. I wasn't going to beat him up on that. The number is that good. And I then justified to him. He said, well, but what are you basing your rent numbers on? I said, I own a building 5 houses away. I own another one 7 houses away the other way.
Exactly.
And these are my rents.
Real numbers. Yeah.
Real numbers, not graphs, not feelings, I looked it up and I think that the number should be.
Yeah. Rent-a-meter.
Yeah. No should be's. Here are numbers that are rents. And so I have 7 units within a total of 7 houses away from this one building.
Yeah. Yeah.
But why would we want to use those numbers, Michael?
No, of course not. It's too close.
Yeah, exactly. It's far too close to make an accurate representation of what you'll get for rents there.
Yeah. Exactly.
Unbelievable. So I implore you, if you are looking to do a BRRR, please make sure, please don't have it be your maiden voyage, please. Michael and I are sophisticated investors, elite investors. He has almost 200 units. I've got just over 100. We've been doing this for 20 years. Even for people that know the market as well as we know it, You never know who your appraiser is going to be, what biases they have, and how far away they came from. And for you, it didn't really hurt overall, but you still left 50 grand on the table.
I did.
And you're never going to get a 4% rate again. So that's lost money forever. Forever. So anytime you're doing that refi, you're looking to get everything you possibly can, because your hope is, I'm not going to refi this ever again. The likelihood is, if you're in the 3s, which you were, you're not going to refi that again as an investor.
Oh, not at all. It'll be paid off before it's refied.
Absolutely. 100%. So I implore people, if you're looking at BRRRRs, if you think that BRRRR is the way to go, just because there's a lot of videos out there, I am telling you, please be safe. Please don't do a BRRRR as your first investment. It is likely going to get you in trouble, because there is zero predictability when it comes to the appraiser, and that appraiser is going to make the decision of how much your house is worth. Not what the market says. It's not what other comps actually are. It's what that appraiser takes from that data that then represents that as being most applicable towards your asset, your house.
Well said.
Awesome. Michael, tell everybody where they can find you, my friend.
One rental at a time. Go to Google search bar and type it in. You should see all kinds of stuff.
8 a.m. PST tomorrow, 11 a.m. EST tomorrow. Michael will be there and doing his amazingness on the wonderful YouTube live stream. And then if you're lucky enough to be part of his group, he also has a noon, which is also very good. Frankly, he can be more candid there because people are paying for his content.
Yeah.
So
far more. And I don't have to guess where people are coming from.
Exactly. Well, they better have been paying attention to the course, paying for it.
Yeah, exactly.
Why'd you ask that question? You're in my course. You shouldn't have asked that question.
Yeah. Go watch this video again.
Exactly. Need to watch that one more time. Need a case review. So as I always say, we spend a ton of time creating great content for you. Please subscribe, hit the like button. Super excited to have you guys here. Mike, have a great weekend, my friend. We'll talk about it early next week. And at Lumberjack Landlord and at One Rental at a Time on Instagram, you'll see us post things relevant every single day to your successful real estate investment journey and being a landlord. So Mike, thanks so much for the time. Have a great weekend, and we will see everybody next week. Take care, everybody.